All right, in this last example, what we're going to do here is say, hey, let's put in a force P in the middle of this beam, and we have a bunch of different cross sections to choose from. One, two, three, four, and then further down here, five. This is just a conceptual piece here, but saying if we want to reduce the deflection, basically, once you look at the deflected shape here, that beam's going to do something like this. But depending on the orientation of the cross section and the design of that shape, you get more or less deflection. What we've learned here is that the moment of inertia is resistance to bending or rotation. What that means about deflection is that the larger the eye, the smaller the deflection. And we have a bunch of different options in here. And you'll notice if you look at the different configurations, when you start looking at the cross section for each of these, it equals the same value. So 4 times 4, that's going to be 16. 2 times 8, it's the same amount of cross section of steel here. Same thing if you do the I-beam in either orientation. And we're going to say, okay, the amount of steel is the same, but which one has the highest uh, moment of inertia around the x-axis? So if they're oriented this way, and it's a little hard to see this, but the x-axis would come out of the board. It's kind of coming this way. You would have z, y, and x like that. So the x-axis that we're looking at is basically looking at the where it's bending around. So which one has the largest amount of material further away from the axis? That's how we describe the highest one there. And so if you went through to guess and put an order to these, the value that's going to give you the largest resistance to bending is this one. This is number one, lowest deflection, largest I value. So from here, then we say, okay, what's the worst one? What's the one that has it closest to the axis? And sure enough, you can see this one here. It's going to kind of be in fifth place there. You're looking at that squishing all of that material as close down to the x-axis as possible. And we talked about taking a 2 by 12 or 2 by 6, whatever it is, and laying it either flat or upright. And you're going to get one of those is actually going to give you the least resistance, and it's that direction. That means this right here is the second most valuable because it orients very closely to what that is there. Um, from by going to the other direction, it's not quite the I beam, which is the optimal, but it's basically the correct orientation for reducing that. And then from there, you can see that this is the fourth because comparing this one and this one here, the 4, but then we're squishing a lot of that material down closer to the axis, and this is going to be your third value there. Just kind of understanding conceptually which is going to be the best cross section for that. And that's why we orient I-beams the way we do. When you put in, for example, a deck or something like that, all the beams are oriented this way in order to optimize the strength of the moment of inertia of those beams there.